companies because they don't have the deep pockets enough to do something like that. But they've owned the property, and so it's been tied up along with the Bond franchise in terms of their bankruptcy. And now that they're getting bankruptcy protection and they've restructured the company, they're getting on with it. But the other problem too is that for a direct DVD release, the DVD market hasn't been doing terribly well due to this thing I think called the internet. They've invented that apparently people download illegally.
What's that?
Just offline backup.
Called getting shit for free. It's a technical term for it. So, which is it's a problem. It's like what happened with Napster in the music industry. It's a problem. As much as everybody likes getting something for free, absolutely. But the problem is that we who make the stuff kind of need to get compensated for our work, and all the people who are financing or putting the money into it need to know that they're going to get that money back to pay the people that work for them. And if there's no guarantee in that, then there's no point in going forward. So it is a problem, and they're going to have to figure out how this business is going to proceed forward. The internet is not something you can police terribly well these days, and so there's going to have to be something done to make sure that there's something in place for these companies to get compensated properly. Piracy has been an issue since our days, so it's not a new concept. But in this day and age, who wants to pay $30 for something? Who in their right minds are going to pay $30 for something they can find for free? Come on. Yeah, you will. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. Thank you. Still the dial-up modem and everything like that? Yeah.
You buy it for the audio. You buy it for the audio commentary. I've got...
Yeah, the special features and stuff.
You get Stargate, you watch it on download, and then you buy the...
That's the portion of the fans that are really enthusiastic about it in terms of the casual fan. It's probably not so important to it, but if I'm a fan of something, I want to know. I love audio commentaries because I'm in the industry. I like to know how something was made and what someone was, a director, producer, actor was thinking when certain things happen.
We just want the gossip.
Was that?
We just want the gossip.
You just want the gossip. You want the dirt, huh?
That's when McKay fell.
Right. Yeah. Outtakes, yeah. Well, we did. Whatever happened with our outtakes? Because they mostly would have been Richard Dean Anderson, jacking around. That's probably why.
I don't think half of them could be used for these swears.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Well, we were all swearing. Listen, I swear like a sailor, so I'm sure there weren't too many takes where I wasn't saying fucking. What was the one? Some reason this popped into my head the other night. We were shooting Lost City, and Martin Wood and I had been joking around all day, and every time, because the line was of just kind of screaming for it, is that Weir comes up to Daniel and says, "Where's Colonel O'Neill?" And he goes, "He's packing." So of course the camera was over here, and I just turned the camera and go, "Fudge." My own little thing. And for those of you that don't know, never mind. I'll let you figure it out. Yes, you.
If there was one actor that or director that you could...
You have to hold the camera steady. You're getting wobbly. You have to hold it steady. You're not very good at it.
If there's one actor or director that you could work with, either living or dead, who would it be? Who would you choose?
Well, the dead ones still really give good direction. Strangely enough, Ilya Kazan I would have loved to have worked with in his day. He's still alive, but blacklisted because he did so much blacklisting. But I would have loved to have worked with him. I'd love to work with Scorsese. I'd love to work with probably Michael Mann, and I'd probably like to work with obviously Spielberg, who would just to see what happens, what goes on. Those are probably the main ones. I know that James Cameron makes great movies, but I've not heard from no one that he's nice to work for and work with. But he makes really good movies, so I'd love to be a fly in the wall for him making a movie, but I don't know if I'd want to be in it. Not that he's asking.
And actors?
And actors?
Yeah.
What are they? Oh, the meat puppets. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know if there's a lot of actors. chomping at the bit to work with. There's ones, and when it comes up, I sort of go, oh man, like I just worked near Gary Oldman, right? And I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to work with him or whatever. And like one of the other actors, this guy that I know from Vancouver, Adrian, he got to work with him a lot. He actually got to kill him at the end of the movie. And I said, you've got the coolest job, whatever. And he said, oh, I know it's going to be cool. So from all accounts, he was great to work with, but just to watch work. Like when I was working with Robert Carlyle on Universe, he was making such interesting choices that I actually got caught watching, where you're working with somebody and you get so fascinated with, as an actor, you get so fascinated. Oh, that was a good choice. Oh yeah. Oh man, he's good. And then you realize it's your line. Oh crap. Was it a line again? I literally got caught completely out of the scene watching, just going, what an interesting choice. Oh man, he's really good. He is really good. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It always depends. But whenever I because you can get surprised. Actors are funny. You see all these famous ones that are, some of them are good and some of them are not so good. Some of them are famous, but they're not necessarily the best actors. And you can work with actors, that you didn't really know their work beforehand. Like someone like Tim Guinea is a classic example of that. He's a wonderful actor, but I didn't know his work very well beforehand. He's not, some big star name or anything like that. When you're working with him, he's, if you're not careful, he'll act you off the freaking screen. He's just really good. So they can surprise you. So always when they're good and they're committed and professional, I always find those people fascinating to work with. There's tons coming around too. So.
Question.
Yes.
Did you wish you were paid per line like writers? I mean, basically, when you look at sometimes like you and Amanda Tipping just goes on and on, like motor mouthing, and the other two just say 2 words.
Yeah, Amanda and I knew from our paychecks compared to Rick's that we were not paid by the line. Yes, in that context, absolutely. Yes. I would have the house in Malibu now instead of Richard. That's quiet. Have you heard it all? Or are you just over it? You guys tired? I know. You're tired. Look at that. One sleepyhead.
Smallville's in season 10.
Mm-hmm.
5 episodes in, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be in it again?
Yeah, I'm actually, when I go back home tomorrow, I'll probably have wardrobe on like Thursday or something like that. I haven't gotten the script yet. They always do that. That's nothing.
Details.
Yeah. For sure. And then I start on Monday, so.
What do you know?
I know nothing. I know the name of the episode. It's called Icarus. That's it. That's all I know. It sounds to me like it's not good. Doesn't mean good things for Hawkman. I'm just saying. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read it. The last time I got the script about. I was already in wardrobe for 3 days before I actually got the script for it. And I got it like on the Friday before the weekend. I was down in LA and I had the weekend before I started, so it was okay. We do need to learn. Never mind.
Yeah, how do you learn it?
You kind of, it's a process. It's not, coming from a theater background, at first when I was doing this, I'm like, who can do this, man? You're giving me what do you mean you're changing the words, on the set, on the day? I'm supposed to go over this stuff. And then you just eventually pick it up. You just take it day by day. You try and do as much work as you can beforehand, and then you just take it day by day, because there's no point in trying to map it out. And then all the things you planned out to do, if you ever planned anything else, once you screw that up all day, I usually take my script, I go, okay, so I didn't do what I wanted to do there, so now how do I track that for here? Because then you shoot it out of sequence. So TV's a little funny that way. What's really funny is that you'll see film actors who get a lot more time to work on their stuff. They'll get rehearsals, and, days of rehearsal and things like that. And if they ever come to TV, and they're not like Robert Carlyle, who's a consummate worker, he's working all the time, and he's really professional. He translates really well because he's always prepared. He's like a workaholic. But then you get some actors who are not used to the pace of shooting TV, and that's when you'll think they're brilliant actors because you've seen some of their films, and then they'll come to TV and they'll go, oh my God, what are they doing? It looks like they don't know what they're doing because they don't have that time to prepare and that much editing and shot list to hide behind. Sometimes something like CSI Miami. It's not ever about the acting, right? It's like, you could be talking and the camera could be panning around to the outside of the building halfway through the scene where you're like, what the hell is that? Well, as long as it's pretty, as long as it looks cool, it's not about you talking, it's just about the information being delivered. So those kind of shows you can easily hide behind because nobody cares if the acting is any good. It's all about the cuckoo, the Jerry Bruckheimer. Is it a music video? Is anybody going to change the channel? No. Yeah. You know, that nonsense. So I always find it fascinating when film actors come to TV and they're not used to the schedule and they don't have so many wide shots and different shots to hide behind. They're just kind of naked on there and they kind of get hung out to dry because you go, oh man, they kind of suck, man. Because it's a lot more difficult because the pace is so much faster. You have to kind of really be on the ball. So it's